Who do you think you are? Who do you know you are? Who do you show others about yourself being? And who do other people think you are? Hey everyone, Dr. Jones here with another weekly video message, and those questions right there are pretty tough and pretty deep if you sit and think on them for some time, because often they're not in line with each other. What I want to talk to you about this week is signaling. Think about it. We're always signaling to people around us, to the world around us. And if you're looking for examples, take for instance something as simple as a picture. We take a picture and that picture's got to look a certain way. It's got to portray us a certain way. We tell a story and that story portrays us a certain way or says something about us or who we are. We're always about that signal that we're sending to other people. Now the trick is, are we sending an honest signal? Are we sending a truthful signal? Are we sending who we wish we were, who we think we are, who we actually are? And then in return, who do people think we actually are versus who do they know we actually are, and what's that story? You see, what matters is what we do and how we act and who we are when we're not thinking about sending that signal out. Now, I know that's very close to that integrity quote, right? Integrity is what you do when nobody's watching. But this is a little simple, a little more, and a little deeper. And I say simple not because it's easy. It's simple to understand, but it's definitely not easy to do. You see, the whole idea is to be honest with who you are as a signal to who everybody else sees you. Now think about it. Those things that you edit, those things that you say because you are sending a certain signal out, that's virtue signaling, right? We call that virtue signaling because we want people to see a certain virtue or a certain side of us so that they believe that. But let's be honest. People know. How oftentimes have you been in a group of people where they say, oh, that person thinks they're this, but we actually know they're that? That creates gossip about you. You see, if people are talking about you, that's one thing. If people are gossiping about you, that's more of a negative connotation. That means they see that discrepancy between who you actually are and who you signal you are. So now I know this gets maybe a little confusing, but what it's actually asking is simple. Be who you are, act how you are, make the decisions that need to be made about your life, and do what you believe to be right and true to yourself and authentic. Now, again, it's simple, but oftentimes making the right choice, doing the right thing, being true to yourself is one of the hardest things you'll ever do. But oh, that fight is worth it. So make sure you do that. And before you know it, you're not going to have to worry about virtue signaling or what people think, because you're going to be true to yourself. And that's a much more comfortable position to be in than having to worry about it all the time. That's it for this week. I hope you go out and be authentic to yourself. Do the right thing no matter how hard or difficult, because in the end, it'll be more comfortable and easier than playing that game of pretend. As always, be purposeful, act with integrity, and continue to build your character. Have a great week.